Hi family, and friends if I have any friends that view this channel. But anyways, it's me, Amber, on Standing for Truth and Righteousness. I had a tough experience, and it got me thinking. And my grandma passed away, um, very very recent, and part of her passing away has made me ponder and think about her life, about um, her teachings, her testimony to me, um, memories, really fun and wonderful memories with her. Of course, being sad that she's gone, um, thinking about um, the plan of happiness and where she's at now, and when I can see her again. Um, Sorry, it's still a little fresh. Little, very, very, very fresh. Um, but one of the things that I was thinking about was a lesson that it makes me smile because she was so passionate about this topic. She gave lots of lessons, lots of talks on it, but she just lived her life like this. And so I just wanted to share something that, in memory of her, to honor her. Um, and I'm not going to be able to do it justice because I was a young child when I heard this. Um, but I know that she shared it multiple times. And the way I remembered it isn't probably how she taught it, but it's the feeling that and the imprint that has been left on my life that I remember. So she talked about how when she was a kid, she was kind of a tomboy. Again, I don't even know if these terms are like politically correct anymore, and I just don't care. Um, she she was just a kid that liked to be outside, and she liked to play catch, and so she would play catch. But the problem is that there was a big gap between her and her nearest sibling, and so it was really hard to play catch with anybody, because you need someone to catch the ball. So she would throw it, and then she'd have to run down and pick it up off the ground and throw it again, and it quickly became not fun at all. And so she would look for someone to play catch with her. And the whole point that makes the game fun is that when you throw it, someone's there to catch it, and then they enjoy throwing it back to you. And you go on and on and on for hours and hours. She was born in '39, so you can imagine how many kids were outside playing catch. Well, nowadays, maybe kids still play catch, but I grew up in a family where they played soccer. And my youngest brother loved to play soccer, and if the next sibling wasn't available, he would go and kick the ball against the fence, but I would almost 100% say that was not nearly as fun as having one of his brothers outside with him. Even my mom would go out and play with him, kicking the ball back and forth, back and forth. That was way more fun than trying to kick it against a fence and hoping you kicked it hard enough it'd bounce back, or if it would just stop, then you'd have to go pick it up, the same way you would if you threw the ball, which isn't fun. So, you could have lots of kind of scenarios like this. But my grandma, she really, really, really took to heart that this was the example of how to give and how to receive service. And then she lived her life by it. That's the part that I really, really touched me. I don't remember how the rest of her talk went or the rest of her lesson, but I remember she said, you have to receive service as much as you want to throw it. If you're not willing to catch the ball for your partner, you're not going to be able to throw it to them. You have to have someone with you that is willing to catch it. And And at the time she was giving the talk, at least for me in my life, I was at a stage where I've like I don't need service. I don't need people to give me anything. I don't need people to do anything for me. I'm strong. I'm independent. I can take care of myself. I'm doing good. Not like in a prideful thing, but I'm doing good. Like I don't need your help. So you don't have to worry about me. Go find someone else, right? Kind of thing. And I was also a person that was quick to like, sure, I can help out. I'll do this because again, I was in a good place and I was able to. But that's not how service works. And I want to read a scripture. It's Moroni chapter 7, verse 13. And there might be a whole bunch more scriptures that might fit this topic better about giving service, but more importantly, receiving it. But this is the one that hit me. So I'm sharing this one. But behold, that which is of God inviteth and enticeth to do good continually. So that's just the first sentence of the verse. So every good thing comes from God, essentially, right? It invites good things. So if you're trying to live a good life, following the commandments, following God, it's going to invite good things. So some of those good things are people doing service for you. So it's not like you're so needy that, oh my goodness, I need you to come do my yard work or my laundry. Sometimes there are cases where we could really use the help, right? We really could use it. And sometimes we're just being blessed because we're just on the path, moving forward, enduring to the end. And any good thing, we should accept it. We shouldn't shun it. We shouldn't say nope. So if my neighbor comes over and gives me some banana bread, well, I'm not sick. I didn't have surgery. I wasn't out of town. Like, I don't need your banana bread. No, of course not. Good things come from God. And so what does that do? That strengthens my relationship if I receive it with my neighbor. And I don't have to think that I wasn't strong enough, or, oh no, what is she thinking, that I need this, that I'm in a bad spot, because I'm not in a bad spot. No, she was doing something nice. She felt inspired by, a good thing, which comes from God. And it doesn't say that, it does not say good continually. It doesn't say good to only those who are sick at the moment, who have lost a job, who are depressed. Like, it doesn't give any qualifiers at all. It just says good things, right? Continually. It doesn't say you only give good things to poor people or sick people or down and trodden, and it also doesn't say only give good things to those that are functioning well. Like, it says continually for everybody. Then it says, wherefore, everything which inviteth and enticeth to do good and to love God and to serve Him is inspired of God. So we don't need to second guess ourselves like, oh, should I give that banana bread? What will they think? No, because the person receiving it will know it was a good gesture of love that will strengthen our relationship with one another, which comes from God. Because first you strengthen you in your relationship with God, then you and your spouse, you and your family, and then you and your branch, ward, neighborhood. Like, the circles and circles get bigger and bigger. And so, of course, we want to strengthen our relationships, and there is no need to qualify service, and there is no need to refuse to accept service. And that was the point of my grandma's lesson, is that we need to be receivers, not just the givers. And we don't have to worry about anything by receiving service. It's a good thing if done with good intent. And it's a good thought, and it strengthens the relationships with people. My grandma spent her whole life serving other people. And then the last 20 years, she had a very bad disease, Parkinson's disease, that made it so she was dependent on people to serve her. But because she had learned that lesson early on, she was able to receive all that service with love. And she didn't have to begrudge anyone or get mad at God that she had to get all this service, because she knew it was give and take, that it's like the game of catch. She threw it, and someone else is throwing it back to her, and she's going to receive it. And she lived her whole life like that. And I hope that I can do the same. That I can give service and receive it back and forth, back and forth. All good. It's all good. All of it, in all forms. Raking leaves, even when there's able-bodied people, is a good thing. It's all good, and it's okay. And it invites and it entices us to continue to look for those things, because it comes from God. And I'm so grateful that my grandma shared her testimony of service so many times as a kid, that it stuck, and I might not live it perfectly, but it stuck, and I'm trying. And that's my thought for today. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.